Namaste and jaishreekrishna. Today we would be narrating the pastime of Yogini Ekadashi. It is said that if one observes Ekadashi, then one receives entrance to Lord Vishnu's abode. Simply by listening to this ekadashivratkatha, one attains the same merit as observing the fast. Please listen attentively. Yogini Ekadashi pastime. Yudhishthir Maharaj said, O Supreme Lord, I have heard the glories of the Nirjal Ekadashi, which occurs during the light fortnight of the month of Jaishreekrishna, May, June. Now I wish to hear about the Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Aashaadh, June, July. Kindly describe it to me in detail, O killer of the Madhu demon, Madhusudan. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna replied, O King, I shall indeed tell you about the best of all fasting days, the Ekadashi that comes during the dark part of the month of Aashaadh. Famous as Yogini Ekadashi, it removes all kinds of sinful reactions and awards supreme liberation. O best of kings, this Ekadashi delivers people who are drowning in the vast ocean of material existence and transports them to the shore of the spiritual world. In all the three worlds, it is the chief of all sacred fasting days. I shall now reveal this truth to you by narrating a history recounted in the Puranas. The king of Alkapuri, Kuber, the treasurer of the Devas, was a steadfast devotee of Lord Shiva. He employed a servant named Hemamali as his personal gardener. Hemamali, a yaksh, like Kuber, was very lustfully attracted to his gorgeous wife, Swarupavati, who had large enchanting eyes. Hemamali's daily duty was to visit Manasarovar lake and bring back flowers for his master, Kuber, which were then used in the worship of Lord Shiva. One day, after picking the flowers, Hemamali went to his wife instead of returning directly to his master and fulfilling his duty. Absorbed in loving affairs with his wife, he forgot to return to the abode of Kuber. O king, while Hemamali was enjoying with his wife, Kuber had begun the worship of Lord Shiva in his palace and soon discovered that there were no flowers ready to be offered in the midday puja. The lack of such an important item angered the great Kuber, and he had asked a yaksh messenger, Why has Hemamali not come with the daily offering of flowers? Go, find out the exact reason and report back to me in person. The yaksh returned and told Kuber, O dear lord, Hemamali has become lost in spending this time with his wife. Kuber became extremely angry when he heard this and at once summoned Hemamali before him. Knowing that he had been remiss and dawdling in his duty, Hemamali approached his master in great fear. The gardener first made his obeisances and then stood before his lord, whose eyes had become red with anger and whose lips trembled. Enraged, Kuber cried out to Hemamali, O sinful rascal, O destroyer of religious principles, you are an offense to the Devas. I therefore curse you to suffer from white leprosy and to become separated from your beloved wife. Only great suffering is deservedly yours. Leave this place immediately and betake yourself to the lower planets. And so Hemamali fell at once from Alkapuri and became ill with the terrible affliction of white leprosy. He awoke in a dense and fearful forest where there was nothing to eat or drink. Thus he passed his days in misery, unable to sleep at night due to pain. He suffered in both winter and summer, but because he continued to worship Lord Shiva faithfully, his consciousness remained pure and steady. Although implicated by great sin and its attendant reactions, he remembered his past life because of his piety. After wandering for some time here and there over mountains and across plains, Hemamali eventually came upon the vast Himalayan mountain range. There he had the wonderful good fortune to come in contact with the great saint Markandeya Rishi, the best of ascetics, whose duration of life, it is said, extends to 7 days of Brahma. Markandeya Rishi was seated peacefully at his ashram, looking as effulgent as a second Brahma. Hemamali, feeling very sinful, stood at a distance from the magnificent sage and offered his humble obeisances and prayers. Always interested in the welfare of others, Markandeya Rishi saw the leper and called to him, O you, what sort of sinful deeds have you done to earn this dreadful affliction? Hearing this, Hemamali replied, Dear sir, I am a yaksh servant of Lord Kuber, and my name is Hemamali. It was my daily service to pick the flowers from the Manasarovar lake for my master's worship of Lord Shiva. But one day I was late in returning with the offering because I had become overwhelmed with passion for my beautiful wife. When my master discovered why I was late, he cursed me in great anger. Thus, I am now bereft of my home, wife, and service. But fortunately, I have come upon you, and now I hope to receive from you an auspicious benediction. For I know that devotees of the Supreme Lord always carry the interest of others uppermost in their hearts. That is their great nature, O best of sages. Please help me. Markandeya Rishi replied, because you have told me the truth, I shall tell you about a fast day that will benefit you greatly. If you fast on the Ekadashi that comes during the dark fortnight of the month of Aashaadh, you will surely be freed of this terrible curse. Upon hearing these blessed words from the renowned sage, Himamali fell to the ground in complete gratitude and offered him his humble obeisances. But Markandeya Rishi stood and lifted Himamali up, filling him with inexpressible happiness. Thus, as the sage had instructed him, Himamali dutifully observed the Ekadashi fast, and by its influence he again became a handsome yaksh. Then he returned home, where he lived very happily with his wife. Lord Sri Krishna concluded, so you can readily see, O Yudhishthir, that fasting on Yogini Ekadashi is very powerful and auspicious. Whatever merit one obtains by feeding 88,000 Brahmins is also obtained simply by observing a strict fast on Yogini Ekadashi. For one who fasts on the sacred Ekadashi, she, Ekadashi Devi, destroys heaps of past sinful reactions and makes him most pious. O King, thus I have explained to you the purity of Yogini Ekadashi. Thus ends the narration of the glories of Aashaadh Krishna Ekadashi or Yogini Ekadashi from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana.
Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to encourage more videos like this. Haribol.